everyone, it is Tim with 8-Bit Media. Thank you so much for joining us. It is December 3rd, 2016. It's a recap episode this week of Game Awards. We're going to be talking about the award winners, including Game of the Year, as well as a lot of the news that came out from the awards. So let's go ahead and jump straight into it. Alright, so this year is the annual Game Awards hosted by Jeff Keighley, who seems to be turning this into something more of the Oscars of video games. For the award winners this year, they include Overwatch for Best Esports Game and the coveted Game of the Year, which also helped Blizzard nab Best Game Direction. Uncharted 4 nabbed Best Narrative as well as Best Performance for Nolan North as Nathan Drake. Inside won Best Art Direction and Best Indie Game, and Doom took home the Best Music and Sound Design Award. In between the awards, we got several trailers and several announcements. Firstly, there was an absolutely beautiful Legend of Zelda trailer showing off some very rustic towns, a bird-like creature with a very fancy bow. This looks to be the game's version of the Rito race from Wind Waker. That same character was seen flying towards some sort of flying bird-themed ship. We got some new combat elements and a glimpse of what could be Princess Zelda herself, along with the ruins of Hyrule Castle and further brief glimpses of the Calamity Ganon. People Can Fly and Gearbox are working on a remaster of Bulletstorm, which will be releasing on April 7th. Pre-orders will allow you to play as Duke Nukem. Hideo Kojima accepted his Industry Icon Award, believing he lost everything after severing ties with Konami. He would have been the recipient last year, but was barred from the event by Konami. At the time, Jeff Keighley didn't say much, that only Kojima would not be there. However, this year, he calls it a moment he was robbed of, referring to it as a tragedy. Guillermo del Toro had far less kinder words for Konami, simply tweeting, "Fuck Konami," who was working with the publisher and Kojima on Silent Hills in tandem with Norman Reedus before it was killed by Konami. While he was there, he gave us a new Death Stranding trailer revealing Mads Mikkelsen is in the game, as well as showing off Del Toro's character and giving us far more questions than answers. He did, however, confirm there are red herrings in the trailer for superfans to comb through, and he does reassure that Norman Reedus is the main character you will be playing as in the game. Telltale confirms that the leaks were true. A Guardians of the Galaxy game is coming sometime next year. It was a very brief trailer showing only the cassette player that was used from the films. However, there are no words what the story entails or if this even ties into the grander Marvel Cinematic Universe. Telltale also confirms that with The Walking Dead's third season premiering later this month on the 20th as a reminder, the first 2 episodes will be released at the same time. We also got a trailer introducing us to the backstory of Javier. Season 3 does take place 4 years after the initial outbreak, which puts us roughly around the same time as the comics. Ex-BioWare and Riot Games veterans revealed Dauntless, a co-op multiplayer game that seemingly blends elements from Monster Hunter and Dark Souls. Shovel Knight gets a prequel with Spectre Knight, where you play as the titular character whose playstyle differs quite a lot from Shovel Knight, swapping the shovel for a scythe and the ability to climb walls in lieu of the shorter jump height. Spectre Knight will be releasing sometime in the spring. Halo Wars 2 got a CGI trailer which shows off the main villain, a brute chieftain named Atriox, which Game Informer describes as one whose tactical genius is only matched by his imposing figure. New Mass Effect Andromeda gameplay showing off planet hopping, exploring, crafting, simply showing off a game that looks positively slick as shit. And lastly, we got 8 minutes of Prey gameplay with dev commentary. It is also Game Informer's January cover story. They say that weapons are rare, so don't expect to go in guns blazing, but expect more of a condemned approach. Your alien abilities, including the ability to mimic items just like your foes, can't be used too often as it will attract more aliens. There's also a crafting element, recycling excess office supplies into material that can be used as items at a fabricator station to create new items for your character. Alright, that's going to do it for us this week. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you in just a few days following the PlayStation Experience wrap up on Sunday. We hope to have that video up by Monday, Tuesday at the very latest. But still yet, we will see you next time.